Right guys, this is a serious video. Title is UK hiring marshals. Okay, let me just say that again. UK right now, look at the date of this video. UK hiring COVID marshals to patrol streets until 2023, despite lockdown restrictions supposedly ending in just over a month, in June. This all comes as a real whirlwind going on in the UK. It comes as there's been quotes from a former aide to the Prime Minister Boris Johnson called Dominic Cummings. Apparently he might even have a recording of it, as quoting Boris Johnson saying he'll let the bodies pile up high before he locks down again. Which is kind of like a pretty based comment for Boris Johnson, saying that he's more interested in defending liberty of people than actually locking them down, and he'd rather see the bodies pile high before he locks down again. But nevertheless, he locked down again. I just want to encompass the theme of this whole video with a suspicion, it's maybe even a prediction that I have, that the UK will lock down again in autumn of 2021. You can come back and laugh at me if it doesn't happen, I don't mind, but pretty much I think it's going to get locked down again. And you can see this as the government, not really central government, it's more local governments, hiring COVID marshals. Now let me just read you through this, okay? Government councils in the UK are hiring COVID marshals to patrol streets from July until possibly the end of 2024. We got to take some hyperbole out of this article, because the contracts are until 2022, so 1 year with a possible 1 year extension. So it's not that they've been hired straight off the bat until 2023, but nevertheless having that 1 year extension in the terms is pretty damning in itself. Despite the fact that all lockdown restrictions are supposed to end in June, just over a month away from this video, 2021. Now, why are they hiring COVID marshals? I don't know. Quotation: a new army of COVID marshals is being recruited for roles that could last until 2023, despite government plans to lift all remaining restrictions on June the 21st. That's reported by The Telegraph in the UK. Councils around the country are advertising jobs that do not begin until July, several days after the supposed Freedom Day. So I had to scratch my nose. I don't know if that's a sign of good luck. Let's see. The contract comes with a possible 1 year extension. The marshals will be tasked with ensuring compliance. Jeez, this is like a Doctor Who authoritarian episode. Compliance and helping the public understand regulations and guidance. God, it sounds so brainwashy, doesn't it? Despite the fact that all regulations are supposed to be terminated in 8 weeks' time. It's supposed to all be over in 8 weeks. We know that the virus is still circulating, so what? And will be for some time. We know from last year that numbers of infections can change rapidly. You don't say. And the government are very clear that we should plan in case a third wave arises. There you go, that's my prediction. I'm actually agreeing with these guys. It would be a dereliction of duty not to prepare for a third wave. Oh really? Said Jim McManus, Director of Public Health for Hertfordshire County Council. It's just north of London. Nasty piece of work, innit? Critics have accused the government of wasting taxpayers' money, by allowing councils to use government grants to fund the programme. If the money's there, they're going to use it. To start hiring people based on the situation we faced last year, before we had rolled out the vaccines, does seem to be a waste of public money, said Mark Harper MP, Tory chairman of the COVID recovery group. The fact that COVID marshals will be patrolling the streets beyond June once again illustrates how the timetable to lift restrictions is completely phony. Just like the UK government promised for months that it wouldn't introduce vaccine passports whilst secretly funding their creation, the state has been caught lying yet again. Yeah, local councils are the state, but they're not really a central government. They're not really Westminster. In all likelihood, fear-mongering over a third wave of the virus, despite the UK vaccinating virtually all its vulnerable population, will be used to reintroduce lockdown this autumn. Ah, boy, oh boy. One of my buddies on my chat, you can get on the chat by joining my Subscribe Star feed. One of my buddies in the UK, because if you didn't know, I'm actually a German British expat living in South America. I do change my location quite a bit, but right now I'm in South America. My buddy on my exclusive chat group, you can join too if you wanted, just let me know, he's my eyes and ears on the ground back in the UK, and he has told me, if you didn't know, if you haven't seen the Freedom March in London just a few days ago, on the last weekend, he has told me categorically that the mood has changed in the UK. I don't blame him. UK people have had enough. Sure, there's sheeple still around, but seeing live videos online streamed, seeing how upbeat the Freedom March was, how it was organized in a decentralized way on social media, it was really a real coming together of people of all different minds coming together on one issue. And having it not reported by mainstream media was very telling. So I don't doubt my contact back in the UK. Big thanks to you, buddy, for letting me know. I don't doubt you one bit that the feeling has changed in the UK. And hopefully things don't go back to the new normal. Having said that, mainstream media is very powerful. Government sway is very powerful. Party politics is very powerful, and if they start scaremongering again for a third lockdown, you can bet it's going to happen. No matter how upbeat you are, the government and all its apparatus can steer you and direct you in one direction. Now here in South America, we've got preoccupations and not really much of this vaccine thing around. If it's a good or a bad thing, I don't know, but it doesn't really toe the line that the mainstream media and the governments have been pushing worldwide about the need for a vaccine. I don't know if I can post this video on YouTube, all the things I've been saying. Nevertheless, you'll get it on the podcast or on all tech channels, okay? But down here we've got lack of vaccine, and we've got new strains. You can't pull the vaccine thing back in the UK because supposedly everyone's vaccinated who should be vaccinated, but they haven't pulled the new strains as hardly as they are being pushed down here in South America. You've got the South American variant, the Brazilian variant, and they are being talked up a lot here. So I'm wondering if we in South America are now ahead of what's happening in the Western world, in North America and in Europe, and whether mainstream media and governments are going to use the new strains to their authoritarian means. I'll leave it there. This video is supposed to go on YouTube, but I really don't know now. My best advice to you is to check the link in the description of wherever you're watching this. There's a Linktree website /Stuart Oswald. Go there and please just take a moment to go down through the list. It's a very, very clear list. It highlights all my online profiles, and I really want you to just open them all up and subscribe and follow me on all of those other platforms, namely the alt tech ones. For channels, there's BitChute. I've had trouble uploading to that. Odyssey, more reliable for me. And then there's the alternative Twitter alternatives that I've got, which are Gab and PocketNet. Then you got Minds and Parler. PocketNet's very sweet, and I recommend you get on that. But just follow me on anything that you have an account on. And we'll leave it there. Much love, stay strong, and subscribe.